In today's broadcast, I'd like to talk about the experience I had attending what is now my second time going to the Spiritualist church, which is very close by to me in the next town over, about 10 minutes away. I first discovered this church back in January when I attended a meetup over there, attended a series of classes on psychic development, and they were held in this church every Thursday night for about 2 hours. It's also where I learned about Edgar Cayce, which ultimately brought me to the transpersonal psychology major, as well as hearing about such things as Arthur Findlay College. And if you look at a previous broadcast, you'll notice that I spent a week over there in late September. So I've had a lot of good experiences over there, and somebody had suggested along the way that I should attend their Sunday service. The service begins at 10 a.m. in the morning, and they have a half an hour of meditation, and then they have some mediums there that are available to do healings, a little bit like Reiki, only they're putting their hands on their shoulders and then their neck, bringing healing energy to them. And so that goes on from 10 to 10:30. And then the service itself begins at 10:30 after the meditation and healing session, and there's a presider over it, somebody who leads the service through the hymns and invocation. And there's generally a visiting person who provides 10 or 15 minute talk in the middle of this service. Very inspirational. The woman today was from New Jersey. She tied it to the Washington Nationals winning their first World Series, and her message was back in June, nobody gave them a chance, even into the series itself, but they believed in themselves and they came together. And she made the analogy that's a lot of what life's about, is you've got to believe in yourself. You've got to surround yourself with people that are positive, and that when people come together for a common goal and they believe in each other, there's no stopping them all the way to the World Series in this case. I found it a very good message. They conclude the service probably the last 20 minutes or so until 11:30, where the visiting person, in this case the one from New Jersey, will do a demonstration where she will bring back spirits from people who have passed over for those in the audience. And if you've never experienced anything like this, it's quite a show actually. It's very powerful. She spoke with 3 different people, one at a time, and some are different. In her case, she said, the woman on the right, about 3 rows back. So she actually goes directly to them and says that I have your grandmother, I have your brother, I have your father here. A lot of times this brings closure to people and their issues that they're currently struggling with, and they're wondering if there are people who had once been their support group who are now passed over, whether they're still there and whether they, are proud of them or whether they think they're doing a good job. And so this is generally confirmation that they are, and that even though we have the barrier of, us being here on earth and then being passed over to the other world, that they are still with us and they are still guiding and directing us. And so that ended at 11:30, and then they have an hour of fellowship where people have prepared food, and it's a really fun session where we just sit around and share stories and talk with people, and everybody seems to be on a similar journey of sorts, whether or not they're actually active members of the Spiritualist church, or they're psychics, or they're Eastern religion, or they're Christians, or whatever it is. It's just a very low-key, fun way to spend a Sunday afternoon. And as I said, I've been twice now, and something that I think I will continue to go to. Thank you for listening.